Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to rebuild another booster. I did 1 year ago, but I cracked something on the one that's in there now. It lasted a year. I did JB Weld for something. Here's my box. This is what it is. So I got one online. It's a 68 Charger booster. I guess is that this one? Can't remember which one's which. I think, yeah, there we go. Yep, fragile. There's a plastic piece in there that can crack. So I'm going to get into this and show you what to do to fix it. Oh, just so you know, 1 year in my car is 25,000 miles. Yeah, thumbs up for driving classic cars everywhere, all the time, quickly into the future. So what this thing is hanging on is a 65 door panel bracket. It's just up there. It's sticking out and it's hanging my phone. So I got to pop that off. This one's bad, as you can see. It says bad. I wonder if it's my other one. I think it is my other one that went bad. So fixed it up. So that's what this one was. At least I mark it. Power drums. So this bad? Yeah, this is the one this is the one that was in my car. I think this is the one that was in my 65 when I got it, and it failed here after a while. So I put this on because this piece can crack, and I'll show you a little later. This is a Midland Ross brake booster. Not very common. They didn't make them forever. They're out of business now. So, why don't I have a half? I don't have a half right here. Jeez. I do not have a half at the moment. Oh yeah, nice. That's the way to do it. Gonna go get some wrenches. When you have multiple shops, you work somewhere, you got your shed, you got your salon where you keep other stuff, and you got two cars. Your tools get in different places. And my best tools are, well, they're all over the place. Some of my best ones are in the Monaco. I can do anything in the Monaco. Okay. So this is a twist in. Let's see what happens. There's a band that'll go around here to hold that on. I've taken it off, but in my car now I used a stainless steel hose clamp with the screw. I cannot find the actual clamp. It's just a simple metal band with a squeeze clamp that holds this on usually from factory. See if I can find it. I think I chucked it, so let's crank this off. Don't break it. Use all the good stuff, of course. That's broken and cracked. I don't know if I used one on my car. There's a couple little different things. That is the thing that can crack in there. And I think this one is, or I fixed it, but I used the other one. So I have two of these setups. Rubber's pretty nice, except for that, and a little bit cracked right in there. Okay. So I probably should hold this correctly. Come on, baby. There we go. Okay, that's what that looks like. That leaked all the vacuum out of my car. So it was running like 9 inches at idle. And the brakes wouldn't really do anything. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So this has been checked out. So this is a bayonet mount, twist out. That's the original number. Let's see, so you got to grab this here softly and twist so that it comes out of the bayonet mount. It's a pretty difficult to get it in there. Depends on how good that bayonet section is. I added a second light, so hopefully it looks a little better, but there's a bayonet mount. This is still really pliable. Don't think I would have to do anything. I think I got the rust off of that with muriatic acid or acetic acid. It's 30% vinegar, I believe. So I'm going to put this carefully in the vise over here and twist it. So I'm going to twist it off very carefully in that direction. See, I write on there a little bit too. 68 B body Chrysler. Soft jaws in the vise. Ooh, maybe that's cool. Nope, stay there. There you go. It's in the vise. It's tightened fairly tight. I'm missing a tooth. Now we're going. Does not grab it tight enough. So I have to go a different way. I need something. I need to grab it harder. Maybe some. Maybe a little bit of sandpaper in there. Something like this. Both sides. Like that. Maybe that'll do it. Needs to have some grip shun. Don't crack that thing. There it goes. Felt it loosen. So that gripped it just enough. Yep. Let's see what happens. So the bayonet mount is out. And then what happens? It slides out of there. It slides out of there. There's my fix. So the other one in the car is fixed as well. But I think it cracked here. Or it failed here. What do you think my car failed now? I used the 68 boot here on my 65, and it's been going for a year and 20,000 miles hard. But what I did is I took out the self-adjusters and the pedal goes farther down. So farther down, I believe the pedal tweaks this and cracked that. Shouldn't, but I think that's what happened. I'll have to get into the car and see. I know we can't compete with Dead Dodge Garage, but I love him. Look at that. This is new. Okay. It looks better. I don't know. So this was in a kit. I forget exactly. I think it was a kit of new stuff, but you cannot get this part. And brake place in, I think it's up in Oregon that rebuilds boosters big time. They said, no, you can't fix that. Well, they didn't have any. So I did fix it, and one worked for a long time. Got to make sure I don't lose all this stuff. Well, I guess I've got proof of when and where things go together. So, oh, this is different length in my car now. I have a 4-inch one, and the one that came in the 68 Charger is a 3-inch one. And so that's that. Sometimes things don't quite fit. Hold on. I'm going to show you another piece. So this is what I got a year ago. Power brake, Linwood, Washington. I don't even remember if this was just a part. So I bought this separately. That's I don't know, the reaction dealie. But that's old stuff. I didn't end up using that because the kit came with everything. I need more of these. What do I do for these? Oh, made in China. Brake booster, internal Midland Ross type. I can't remember exactly how I got these, but I needed that to be in there, and I think I ordered the exact part and I got a bunch of them. Grainger. Yeah, from Grainger. Grainger has all sorts of industrial stuff. If you ever need some specialized parts, Grainger Industrial. Here is a new one of these, I think. What I used in the car is a little different. And then we've got, oh, I think I bought this new. That is a little thinner than the one that's in the car now. That little piece, it takes up the slack, but that piece is thinner on this one than in the car. There's the adjustable push onto the master cylinder, I believe. Got to get that length right. So I don't know, I think I bought this for 120 bucks, so I have backup. I have a lot of backup stuff. Aftermarket, I don't think I used that. I used the one that was in the booster. Here's more parts. So this was in my original one. It was almost good enough. I think this is a reaction thingy. It's in there somewhere. And I was putting it in, bent it, and it broke. So it didn't really need it. So I used the one that's in the car now is a used one. Oh, here's a brand new one. And I think I got this from the Oregon thingy. It's in there somewhere. And I was putting it in, bent it, and it broke. So it didn't really need it. So I used the one that's in the car now is a used one. Oh, here's a brand new one. And I think I got this from the Oregon guy. So 2 more of these. Are they good or old? One of them's old, I think. Little parts. Ah, that is the filter for goes down here and lets air into the system to bleed air in when it's vacuuming. Let's see what we got here. Ah, that was a this fits down in there and it locks in there, and this was the original piece that locked it into a slot, and pulling it out it failed. And I think I used, to lock it in there, I think I used an O-ring. Goes in, it hits a slot, and then it kind of locks in, not totally tight, but it's in the car and it was working. So that's all the stuff that's in this box. I ordered this from Power Brake, 17820 Highway something, Linwood, Washington. So that's the guy that said I couldn't build, couldn't rebuild that thingy, but you don't have them. So what are you gonna do? Let's see what we got here. Yeah, Power Brake Booster Exchange. Seemed like they're pretty good guys. Midland Boot. Midland 3rd Gen Midland Boot Booster Spacer Foam Filter. So I got some stuff from this guy. Reaction lever, Midland Hub Assembly. That's the reaction lever. I guess that's the long one. So, guess we'll dig into this thing and put all this stuff back. Keep that out. Put these things in there. Back in here. Safety thing. Aftermarket, don't like that. That's staying in here. This stuff can go away. So the foam piece, I got this after I finished everything last time. Maybe it'll go in this time. So we'll put this over here. There's something I got online, I believe. I forget where. It was expensive. Granger O-rings. There's the flappy doodad for air in and out. Some sort of original stuff from Baker Motor Company, 9th Center, Marysville, California. I'm near Marysville. Came from Kansas City. Dealer code. Interesting. Orange juice. Watered down. Cheers, Dead Dodge Garage. Thumbs up for driving classic cars quickly into the future. Where do I start? So, I believe the car now, that's Fukushima. But I'll bet this is going to work. I don't see anything that's not going to work. So I used muriatic acid and cleaned almost all of this. It was pretty rusty. Now it's back to pretty safe. I'll probably put silicone grease on this and build it up. Although that's the piece I need to be longer. So I got to take it apart. I got to take the other one apart and get that put in to this, or have someone make one. All right. I don't have any of these, but I think that's okay. See how that goes in there? I guess, is it 2 pieces? It looks like 2 pieces. This is all expensive grease. It's clear high temp, expensive grease. That's what's on here. I will probably put more in there. I think it had rust in here, so I worked it quite a bit to make this last forever for me. I think you can get these. Actually, I'm not sure. You might be able to get these, but what I really needed was that. You can't. So that's a 9-inch brake booster, pretty big. for drum brakes. Shed. 9-inch, I guess, roughly. I like these because that ring holds them together. You don't have to bend tabs. So it's more rebuildable, I guess, but there are fewer of them. So yeah, good luck. Yep, that works. A little one-way valve. Mine only uses one, but this is more stuff. So, what I got to do? Gonna have to replace that, and I'll put that on there. I say parts because I was able to rebuild the other one without using all this new stuff. I think I paid like $125 for this, sent to me from some guy in the US. All right. So this is all that fancy grease. I wonder where I have more of that grease. Hold on, let me try to find it. I don't find it right now. So I think there's some in my car and at my salon. So we'll show it to you later. Is this original? I think it is. It's got a set to it. Okay, so this pulls out, but it's got that plastic clip in there to keep it. And I don't think I can't remember. I think I fixed both of these because I cracked one and then cracked the other and fixed both and then put one in the car. So let's just see what this does. I got to get into there. This hails from Stephen's 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner era. I had it from 82 to 93. It was a green on green base Roadrunner with the trunk rust and other rust because it came from Daly City, California, near the beach. It was blue when I got it. It ended up with a 440 and a 6-pack on it, a regular 440, and a full-on aluminum 6-pack setup. That was a lot of fun, but I had to sell it. I sold it for $2,300 in Palo Alto, California in 1993. 30 years to get back into fun stuff. All right, so enough stories. Wonder what happened to that thing. I think I over-tweaked it. Guess not, still good. Okay, here we go. Have a see what's doing. That's what that is. That's the thing you can still get these. Looks like it's separating a little bit. It seems okay. There's an O-ring in there. And to get this off, this is pressed into that sleeve with a little lock clip. And so you got to pull it pretty hard. I wonder if I took this apart before. So what you got to do is hold that pretty tight. Well, there it goes. Aha! So Stephen used a green air conditioning O-ring, and that worked. See how that goes? That has a slot in there. God, one of my other car, it has cracks in that down in there. I would thought of getting another one. I think I put it back with the cracks in it. I did this for this one. Look at that. Locks in there okay. Isn't that kind of cool? That looks bad, but that's just casting. But I think this is 3 inches on this. I think it's 4 inches on the Monaco. Yeah. So I could get someone to make this 4 inches and make one of these. That'd be pretty expensive. Someone grabbed it in a vise. I don't think that was me. Yeah, it wasn't me. What I've done for my vise is I've shaved off half of those grab marks so it won't mess things up like that. If you want to grab things, you can do something else. Look at that. So that's JB Weld. It's the slow stuff because it's like, instead of 3,500 PSI, this is like 5,000 PSI. And you got to make sure you're not touching that. You got to make sure that that's clear. And it's got to be, what? It's got to miss that O-ring that comes around here. So look at that though. I think this is going to be durable. If I can get it back together. Should I use a new one? No, that thing's beautiful. Red rubber. So do I have to take this farther apart? I don't think so. It's a little hard to get this thing all back together. And where was that spring? I don't think that aftermarket spring, I don't know where it goes. It was too light to go here. But I just totally cleaned this, rebuilt that, fixed that. And this piece is the same with both cars, but this piece depends on what kind of brake situation you have in your car, I guess. And I'm not sure why the Charger has different stuff, but it had, this thing came with actually some lever action about this long that would be under in the dash, and it would lever it differently than what's in my car. So, God, this is all ready to go except for that. And that can be put in afterwards, right? Because that sits here and the brake goes through that in the car. So this is the part that came with this. You can see rusty. Oh, this is a 69 B body. 68, 69, I guess. So it looks like the brake pedal would have would have gone like this, I guess. Oh, would maximize leverage probably. It would wonder why it's got that. So it would take less pedal movement to make that go far. I don't think mine has this at all. So I just saved it. And here's a piece that actually normally would be on that factory-wise pinched crimped. But I used a wider actual stainless steel hose clamp with a screw. 2.725. Interesting. So we'll see. Maybe that failed in the car. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I'm still thinking this cracked from maximum pedal movement and then tweaking it just enough to crack it. So this goes back in the box in case someone ever finds it, or I find it later. 68 Charger drums, or 69 sounds like. Well, it's the next day after work, and I want to use this synthetic grease. It's food grade, it's heavy duty. I think it's pretty good. It's clear, so I'm going to put it on all the rubber parts. Hopefully it won't make them too soft and go away. It's synthetic, so maybe not. But I couldn't find this, and I had some of that in my salon, so I'm going to start assembling with that. I don't want this stuff to crack. I think that'll work for that. Hopefully it won't be bent so it cracks this. I don't know if it's cracked now in my car. It's probably, this might have failed actually in the Monaco now. We don't know. Don't know. Has that got enough stuff in there? This was dirtier than the one in the car. I tried to clean it as much as possible so the gaps won't go bad. I think the whole thing was a little like that, and I just got it better. Still like that original 7 from something. Okay. Let's see. Do I have a new one of these? I don't think I do. So, a new one of these is in the car now, so I can't put this together unless I get another one of these from a supply house. So I'll have to look that up tonight. So I can't do this. Figures. Fabrication takes forever. So that's the back. I could probably still do something with this. It's probably all okay. The part that's failing isn't really, it's more of a dust place. Maybe I can just keep going. It's like the dust boot that would fit here and just keep dust stuff. From getting in there. What's in there? Some white pasty stuff. So dot on top. We'll put the dot on top. I guess this goes like this. Should I just build it? I think I should probably try that. So, I'm not really into this. Comes up, no, it goes down through there. I'm going to use this or this to block this from getting cracked. Short arm, though, probably this will work pretty well. And I need another one of these. That one's Fukushima'd. Okay. So, what'd you do? Not much to go in there. It's almost a tight fit. Oop. Don't get too messed up. It feels pretty good. Get this over, this over, this over, that over. Is this old one? Yeah, this has taken a shape, so I'm going to get the other one that you saw out of my kit. Yep. 65 to 73 brake booster Dodge Ford internal 9.5 inch Midland Ross type, 9.5 inch. Come on. There. So it goes like that, and that fits against that. And, oh, stop messing with that. There it is. So maybe I'll go like this. It's going to twist that way. I don't know if this matters up or down. I would assume I'll put that up. So it's going to be going to be there. So we go this way and twist, we go this way and twist. This way. Pretty much like that. And then I can either put it in the vise with sandpaper, or I think what I did another time was I grabbed this with vice grips and gave it a twist so I can see what's going on. So I can put it in the vise, hold this by these, and give this a careful vice grip twist. So this might be what I do here. I'll grab that with grips like that, and I'll carefully twist it. See if this is careful enough. Oh. Oh, 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 don't mess. I gotta hold it tighter. Gotta grab this with some clamps, I think. Right? Try this. Just enough. Don't want to distort anything. I should maybe use some tape on this, which I will. Some red tape. Hopefully this keeps me from breaking anything. Come on. Okay, so I can see what I'm doing here. I think I'm going to go this way. And then I can see which way I need to twist it. And it's going to go, it's going to go that way. Carefully. Working. Oop, I'm digging it just a little bit. Okay. Yeah, it just barely dinged. Should wrap that maybe with something as well. Now I'm going to put this on for safety. So hopefully you don't break that again. Let's see, I bought this, it was broken, I fixed it, and then I cracked the one I had. Okay. Bought this recently, so I have a 1/2 inch around. Because I got wrenches everywhere, but in my toolbox, somehow I'm missing a 1/2 inch. Should I put that down? So that'll go in there. I think it's almost complete because I've got the new O-ring in there. This one's a flattened one going into the trash now. Okay, so I don't reuse it. What do we want? What do we want? It's pretty much assembled, right? That will go in there afterwards, but again, it's a 3-inch one. I need the 4-inch one that's in the car. I could just do that. It's got a little air pocket thingy. So I was going to have this at the top, right? That at the top, put the little air bleed on the bottom, I think. And can't get that to go on. Probably because it's the wrong one. That should still work. Or, what do? We pull that out. Interesting. Now we can put that on there. It's on there. Okay, it goes back. It's on there, and that's right at the edge. It's right there. I guess I could put foam in there so it was going to, not suck in dust and dirt, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Okay, so that's top. Interesting. I wonder what the 7 means. So the next thing is going to be this, which will fit on here. Over that with I could reuse that if I clamped it right, but it's going to be a hose clamp, I believe. BT617. KOK. Wonder if I should transfer those. I can't actually. They don't have a break in them. So that'll be future info. Hope this doesn't screw me. I think it was petroleum based. It might soften it, but I'm gonna guess that since it's pure synthetic, it's not going to. So what needs to go in there is I guess that's gonna go in there later. And here is the $129 part from this place. $129 part from this place. Broad brake booster to master cylinder Midland Power Repro 6769 Mark 6769 Ford WCCC warehouse location. Can't remember where I found that. Oh, do I need that? I don't know. So yeah, that's like a piston ring sort of. It'll help it stay in there, I believe. So let's just see what happens. Because this is going to go on top of this, which I can't quite remember which one's supposed to go down. But I think it's like this. I think this is called the reaction ring. Probably destroying everything I got. Look at that, it's nice and flexible. So that's how that's gonna be. What is this gonna be for? Could hold that on. That's going to be adjustable. I already have this in my car though, so see what happens. Is that big enough? Take up that slack? I don't think so. Let's see what we got here. Not quite fitting in there. Pretty sure I don't take that out. Lock that on there? Okay. It's kind of going in there, but I don't know if I want to force it in that much. Kind of want to grind it down so it can fit in there a little better. It's going in there, but it ain't gonna come out very easy. I'm gonna grind it on my grinder, take that down just a little bit. My grinding wheel's down here, so grinding wheel's down here. Well, it looked like metal, but it turned out to be a plastic. So it's not super critical. I'll bet it's going to go in. Oh, is that too easy now? Might be too easy. That's what we got. Anti-corrosion crap in here. And that thingy like that. Reaction ring. So the other one can't do that because it had like a plastic sleeve in there, I believe. So it wasn't able to rotate around, but I don't see what would. That's pretty weak, so I'm not going to use that for anything. But here goes that. Interesting. Well, it can adjust a little bit and won't force anything, I think. Interesting. I've got to get this length right so it fits in the master and works correctly. That's looking okay. This goes over that. Probably should use powder instead of that. But so I'm going to find a 2.75 more or less hose clamp in my hose clamp bag. So I'll be back. Check out my collection of hose clamps. We'll find something. Pretty much that. Let's see what that is, millimeters. Probably. Stainless USA, cool. Wonder where that came from. It doesn't have the size in there. I'll check on some more. Well, that's maybe better, but maybe not. Stainless USA, that doesn't say where it's made. Pipe Con SP All SS. Ooh, made in USA, Pennsylvania, Evansville, Indiana. Plastic or cast iron. Run this one. So here goes this. Make it all slippery, so I can't do it without an extra. Oh, there it goes. All right, so we can crank this along there. Just a little different, but I can't imagine there's going to be any problem. Check out my really old screwdriver for this. Look at that, baby. It's pretty cool. Yep. So let's see. Don't want it to be too tight. Doesn't have to be very tight, just enough to keep it from wandering off. Fits pretty darn nicely. It's getting tight. Slid up a little bit. Wonder why. Is that where it's supposed to be? It is. I wonder if it's going to slide off. Hopefully not. Let's see. It is trying right now. But that's all it wants to do. That's definitely going to be strong enough. Loose. Like about one turn extra. know, man. It's going to want to do that. Not sure if I should just put wire it on, or see if that stays there. I don't think it's going to. Well, I can keep experimenting and see if it wants to wander off more than that. I'm not liking that. It ain't gonna stay. Interesting. So another thing to do is run wire around that and twist it tight. I don't think it needs this. The other thing I can do is just use this old one and crimp it. I could just re-crimp. Wants to wander off though. So my guess is like yours. So if that sits like this, is it going to fall in and then create a problem? That is the question. So what would be happening is, okay, where do I like it? At the top. Like the 7 at the, 7 at the top. So it's going to be like this. And if that bounced around, it would just get loose and it would bounce around, I guess. It would just end up being, it would do this and probably mess with something. Do I even need to put that on there? It's a tight fit. I don't think I need to put one on there. That's what I'm thinking. So that's how that looks. This has got to go around. Should I take that out? I guess so. This is going to go lined up with that. Seems pretty good there. Should I do this? Line that up, line these up, pretty much. Pretty much top, B body. Then this, let's see, so this is near the top. I put it near the bottom, but because it gathered rust on there, but then it ran into other stuff on the car, so I think it's just going to be like this. So there's that. Oh, forgot something. Which is, it's in there. So pop this off if I can. And yeah, that ring should be right around here, I think. It needs to be right up against that, but it wants to walk off. So here we go with this and that. I'm going to lock this on. Right. Don't fling off anywhere. See if that's on there tight. Spin, spin, yes, that's in there. We'll go back with this. Not bad. Right on the top here. Okay. Will it go down there? I think so. Come on, baby. It's going. All right, is that it? That's the thing. Can't go any other way. Looks lined up. See if this drops in okay. Seems to be okay as far as I know. Right? I believe that's how that goes. Wouldn't be the other way around. Okay. Okay. So back to this. That should be just about right. Ooh, cool screwdriver. Left-handed. Southpaw on that one. I could probably test this with vacuum, but not yet. So I got to get that on there. God, is that it? I think that's pretty much it. Got to put that in there. It got to go on the car. Then master's got to go on that side. I need to order some more of this. I think it's really good stuff. All right, so US 3.013.533, US 3.013.537. Do I need to take it apart anymore? I don't think so, but now I've got to try to get that done. Excuse me. These things work pretty well for not putting holes and stuff. Yep, let's see what we got going here. That's like that. That was hard on the last one because it was harder and old. But this looks like it's just going to be pretty easy to pull around here. Okay, come on. That is pretty much Midland Ross brake booster from mid to late 60s. That's pretty interesting. So it'll pull this way and go into the master cylinder by vacuum on this side, and then somehow the pedal action from here closes and opens valving enough to let's see, what does it do? It's got vacuum in here, and it won't go this way until it bleeds air into the backside, I guess. Right? Genius, huh? Well, let's see. It's almost ready to go in the car. Got to get the bleed into here and put it on the master. Take the old one out, put it in the car, put the pedal thing on, put the correct length of one in there, and we'll be golden. Thumbs up for doing your work and making classic cars go good. Well, here's the next night. I think it's like night 3, and I've got things hooked up to a AC vacuum pump. I got it hooked up also to a gauge so I can see what's happening. It was leaking a little bit in there, but it seems to be operating pretty well. And this is what I got. I have a gauge set and I have a vacuum pump thing. That's pretty crappy. That was this was from Snap-on, and the fittings leak. The fittings are actually crummy, and I told the guy, and he didn't really care. He wanted to get me like a $400 one. This is like $200, but these do not seal on that. Nice. Anyway, enough ranting. Let's see. Ready? It was leaking here, but it's quite a bit better. I just got to keep clamping that down. It was leaking right about there, so harder and tighter It was doing better with that holding at 27 pounds, but this is a pretty strong vacuum. Let's see what happens. Pretty beautiful. So what's supposed to happen is you press on this and it'll come in. If you press too far, you might crack stuff. So we'll put this down and see what you can see. There you go. Don't crack things, but try to put even pressure through that slot, and here we go, push. It appears to be working pretty well. So out here is where this chip should be coming out. That tip should be coming out, and let's see what happens here. So here's the setup. Let's see. It's leaking kind of fast. That should come a little higher. Let's see, turn it off, see what happens. It bleeds down, but hey, 60 years old. There's sometimes it doesn't. Anyway, it should hold enough vacuum for 2 or 3 pumps. Otherwise, you got to step on it really hard, and I've done that in the past. So there you go for now. It's a little different perspective. Maximum at about 25, 27 inches. It starts leaking somewhere. It's probably okay. Car can run that just fine. So here, hope it doesn't blow out of here. See if you can see that. Don't want to crack anything. Seems okay. So there's the reaction lever in there. Seems to be operating correctly. That's a little bit over that way, but I think it will center in the brake booster. No, it still needs to come that way a little bit. It seems like that's what the other one was doing. So we'll see. These things keep it from rolling. And one more. I think the other one was like that. It might do a little better if this is held down. Or pretty much thumbs up for driving classic cars quickly, aggressively, and funnily into the future. Big block mania. Hey, check this out. So it appears most of the leak is here because watch this. Run it up. It bleeds off. It's out. And now check this out. So, something like that. I think everything's good. That is really cool. Run it up to max, like 28. Bleeds off of here, out of here and here. It's still in here. It's showing a little bit. Ready? Ha! I think I did it. We did it. It's going to go back on the car. I got to get this right, and I got to put the right length operation lever. Fabulous. Supposed to keep that in there. Not no more. All right. Gotta be low, so. Ooh, new discovery. So watch this. It's bleeding out of here. It's losing vacuum there. So, here we go. Can you see that? I think you can see that. Or can you? Glary. Okay, here we go. Ready? Oh yeah. Oh, it's staying. Oh yeah, it's working. So it's leaking out of here somehow. Thumbs up. See you later on the road.